Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today will be a special double feature as we showcase two wonderful action figures from Mattel's Masters of the Universe Origins collection. Alright, on our left we have the new Turtles of Grayskull HeMan, the most powerful mutant in the universe. And on our right we have, from the 40th anniversary, the 200X Skeletor, Evil Lord of Destruction. Today is March 22nd, 2024. And yeah, we're going to do a double feature on both of these. This guy here is pretty new. He is from the TMNT crossover collab with Masters of the Universe. We have the mutant version of HeMan. Beautiful colored card back. Some wonderful graphics. We have Skeletor. We have Shredder. On the back, what happens when the most powerful man in the universe is doused with mutagenic ooze from another dimension? Nothing good. With He-Man now a mindless pawn in Skeletor's hand, will this be the end of Eternia? So other figures in the first wave of the TMNT crossover, we have Leonardo, we have Donnie, Man-at-Arms, and He-Man. The Man-at-Arms is probably one of my favorite Origins figures from the last few years. I think it's awesome. And it's a fun line altogether. On our right, we have the 2000X Skeletor. So the reason why we're looking at this figure now is because I'm not sure if I uploaded the video or not, but in a previous video that I recorded, I was unboxing this guy and I accidentally broke his arm. So I needed another one. So that's why this guy has a guest appearance. This is based off of the 2000X Skeletor from way back in the day, probably about maybe like close to 20 years ago. This came out 2 years back in 2022. It's a wonderful figure. It's inspired by the Four Horsemen's 2000X Skeletor during that reimagining when Masters of the Universe kind of had a much more anime, manga-esque kind of vibe to it. So we're going to take a look at this guy as well. Alright, let's take He-Man out of his package. So this is a figure I purchased at my local Target. We have the nice, fun little Minicomic. Kind of highlights the story of the TMNT crossover. I might be wrong, but I almost swear that the comic I got with Man-at-Arms might have been without the captions and word balloons, I think. Which, if I remember correctly, is an indication of like the international version of the figure. Correct me down below in the comments if I'm completely wrong on that, or if I'm just being crazy. So the mutant-infused He-Man from the TMNT line looks awesome. He looks all swolled out, and his veins are kind of like irradiated with the mutagenic ooze. It's a very interesting plastic. It's not completely transparent. It's almost like a waxy translucent look that's not completely opaque. I love the red eyes. He has a nice snarl to him, and he has that kind of like Mountain Dew colored hair. It's an awesome looking figure. Alright, so the TMNT crossover He-Man looks great. I love the shade of purple. It's kind of like a purple blue. Really cool headband that's articulated. I think that's a really fun little feature. The harness is removable, as you can see right there. Oh, this belt is cool too. The belt's a separate piece, so I'm assuming you could disassemble the figure like the other ones. Yeah, so like other figures in the line, he's detachable at the head and the arms and at the waist. So if you wanted to, you can even remove his hands, swap out these gauntlets onto another figure, as well as the belt. I think his arms are considerably larger than the standard Origins figure. Yeah, this is really cool. I like this a lot. There's a part of me thinking that if you know, you really wanted to be creative, you could probably create some sort of like beefed out version of Skeletor by swapping out some of these pieces. Yeah, so wonderful looking figure. I love the boots too. Oh, that's cool. It's very asymmetrical. So he has one of his boots is like torn open, so you can see his toes. That's really cool. I like that a lot. It's kind of cool when a designer thinks of, like, you know, little kind of tidbits like that. You know, in some ways it kind of tells a story. 200X Skeletor has his little mini comic as well. Alright, so this is my second copy of this figure. The first time I bought him, as I was taking him out, I accidentally broke the arm off at the elbow. Alright, so a lot of this Skeletor is more of the same. I believe the differences is the armor's repainted to reflect the 2000X design. Has a new head sculpt. And the color scheme, you know, it's just, I think the body is a little bit different than the standard Skeletor. But the articulation remains the same. You know, it's a really well-crafted figure. And then he comes with his staff, and then his version of the 2000X sword, which kind of has like a nice, like, glossy candy finish. It's really cool. All right, so the one thing I'm curious about is that I want to see what this He-Man looks like with the Skeletor head, because I kind of think the color scheme might work on this. And while we're at it, let's try swapping out the body armor as well. Because as much as I love this crazy-looking TMNT-inspired He-Man, part of me wants to see if I could create some sort of crazy version of Skeletor that's all swolled out. And let's take off separate him at the waist. Let's do the same with this guy here. Swap these pieces out. And this is what I was talking about earlier. As you can see, the mutant He-Man, I think his arms are larger. Yeah, they look like they're maybe like 10 to 15% larger than the standard Origins figure. Yeah, I think this kind of works. It looks wild. Because it kind of remains in the same color family with the purple and the blue, so it's a much more cooler color palette. Yeah, so if you wanted to make like a crazy swolled out Skeletor, just swap the head onto this body. It looks really, really cool. And it's kind of reminiscent of the Batman character Bane. You could kind of pretend that he's infused with the mutagenic ooze, which is like the equivalent of venom, and it just kind of like swells him out. Yeah, it's a great looking figure. Yeah, I was kind of lukewarm to this weird version of He-Man, but now that I swapped on the Skeletor head, I think there's a lot of cool, endless possibilities, like what could be done with this. Likewise, maybe use this body also on Trapjaw, since he kind of shares a similar cool color palette for his color scheme. Yeah, so it's fun. I think let's see what this looks like with this head. This kind of works a little bit also. The only thing difference is that the head shade's a little bit darker. But I do think there's another Skeletor figure that has a slightly darker colored body. Yeah, so that's the one thing I love about the Origins line. They really encourage kids to be imaginative and create their own characters and designs. All right, with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.